As you might imagine, chronic sleep restriction results in higher MSLT scores. Remember this cool graph showing a normal pattern of daytime sleepiness? Remember, the MSLT measures daytime sleepiness, how long it takes to get to sleep during the day when you don't want to be asleep. This is a normal readout for an adult who gets his or her needed hours of sleep the night before, whether that is 7, 8, or 9, their needed amount of sleep. Now look what happens to MSLT scores when that person gets 4 hours of sleep the night before. Remember, getting to sleep in less than 5 minutes indicates a pathological level of daytime sleepiness. This person is in the pathological level most of the day. In fact, look what happens after no sleep the night before. There is no longer a 3:30 peak in sleepiness anymore because a person is practically maxed out on sleepiness throughout the entire day. Now, we do know that there are individual differences in the deficit results of sleep debt. Some show more deficits than average, and some show less. But here's an interesting question. What about people who claim to have trained themselves to need less hours of sleep? Is there evidence supporting claims that you can do so without harm? There are a few studies out there that posit this claim of no harm. However, there are thousands of studies and overwhelming evidence showing the negative effects and evidence of these deficits building as sleep debt accumulates. These thousands of studies really bring the few showing no harm into question in areas such as sampling, data collection, methods, analyses, and/or interpretation. Research strongly supports the conclusion that while some may suffer less efforts and some more than others from sleep debt, everyone suffers in the physical and behavioral realms, whether or not they are introspectively aware. In other words, instead of adapting to sleep restriction, it causes us to accumulate sleep debt. In our next segment, we're going to look at what is involved in paying off this debt, in some ways in which it may be too late to reverse those effects.